Alright, what's up guys? So, I haven't posted in a really long time, but today is currently Friday. It is around 5:15 p.m. and I'm starting a new video series. It's going to be called Scaling the Agency. We did this before, Scaling the Agency to 10K a month, which didn't end up working out, but now we have a new plan, we have a new structure in place, we have a new thing in place, and we're working our ass off for it. But yeah, it's gonna kind of just be like multiple weeks of my life just trying to scale this business as much as possible while still being in school, while still playing sports. And then we actually have a second company that we're working on as a startup company that we're working on. So that's gonna be another option that we bring. But yeah, you guys are gonna see me filming content, working on the agency, building SOPs, hiring out some appointment setters, some contractors, and just going over some things that I think other kids could do in their own agency to kind of scale it up quicker, and everything like that. I won't let you guys know the product and everything that we're actually selling, as it is a new kind of an agency model, but I will kind of show you what we're doing to scale, different aspects that we're adding into the business, and then kind of things that I think other people can do. But yeah, we got some new camera gear, we got a cage and everything in the camera, and I think the last sentence I've recorded, I got a couple lights here, and here. We also got a whiteboard. Actually, we always had this whiteboard, but we got another right here. Another whiteboard, bigger one, kind of just for the ideas and everything. But yeah, I mean, I got a new keyboard, a new mouse and everything. So yeah, you guys haven't really watched, I haven't posted in a little bit, in a little while, but yeah, I mean, we're back. We're going to be trying to posting consistently, but this is going to be kind of a longer series video, and I'm going to kind of start this as like a day one introduction, episode 1 type thing, where we're also going to be trying to get podcast people. We posted 2 episodes of the podcast, one in the summer, one now. We're going to try to post another episode pretty soon and try to get more people on the actual podcast. But when we get clients, it's going to be much easier. But yeah, we have a kind of a plan, kind of a structure on how to get clients. And the idea of this is going from 0 to 10K and from 10K to 20K, but we're not just going to be scaling to 10K. We're going from 0. We're trying to start pretty much from scratch again with the same agency, same things, and we're going to be trying to build up this actual company as quick as possible, as best as we can, pretty fast. So yeah, stay tuned for this. You guys are going to kind of see a locked in week, I hope. It's kind of like where we're going at. We're going to be trying to locked in. And I'm going to kind of walk through some of the plans too that we have for the actual company. So yeah. Alright, so here's kind of the initial plan that we actually have for the agency and for the actual company. Let me just zoom this out a little bit and kind of lower this down. So the initial plan is we're here right now, right? Where this box right here represents our agency, and we're at $0 every single month in MRR. The initial plan that we're going to be trying to incorporate is for leads. We're going to be trying to go for website clients. So we're starting it here, right? And the initial thing is we're going to be going, myself, my business partner, just specifically for web clients. So web clients, right? Which will just make stick figures up here. So that's what me and my business partner are for. So I'm going to be calling website clients. The reason for this is with a website client, we can go and charge $1,000 to $1,500 for a website. Even this is really $500 to $1,500, right? We can say that, $500 to $1,500, right? For a website. So that's good money, that adds up. So we get 2 to 3 website clients, and now we're making around, let's just say we charge $1,000, we're making around 3K monthly, right? So now we're making around 3K for a one time, which that 3K can go back into the business. From here, we then will have people. We'll have appointment setters and salespeople calling for our new model, which will be new model, our new business model, or our new agency model, trying to book meetings onto the calendar. So then we have meetings, calendar, right? which on those counters we're charging a $3K minimum setup fee and a $2K minimum min monthly, or a 10% min performance. Right? So this is how we're trying to plan on getting money quickly, is through the website clients and through working other jobs. And as getting that money is going to allow us to get kind of that 3K, not even 3K, but just like as much money as possible to put back into the business. This is the initial long-term plan of having people cold call for the new model and for the new offer, generating clients for this, and then closing those clients onto that meeting. While we're building up the actual pipeline and the actual service delivery right over here, we have these guys that are right there. But the thing is, we're going to be adding more and more things to the actual new model to make it better and better and better every single time. So the offers, we're testing out a ton of different offers, but the entire goal of this is that these people call and we test out. The goal is to have around 6 people, and we assign an offer to 2 people. We make 3 offers and send them to 2 people, right? This offer, these 6 people with these offers are trying to book meetings to this, right? And we have the website offer, which is already done, so we don't even talk about that, but these 6 people are trying to book meetings to these offers, right? These offers have to have backup pilots. Because we don't have case studies, what we're planning on doing is we're having pilots, or like trial periods almost, to go and test out the actual like full thing and actually test out what we're doing in our system and everything like that, for them to actually like try it out in our service too, right? We have these offers and these pilots. So with the offers equal 3 offers. So we have 3 offers, 2 pilots, right? And our total services for these, we have like, let's just say we have 6 plus total services that we do, right? So now we have 6 plus total services, we have multiple offers. The reason I think this is going to be the quickest way for us to scale is because we're increasing the actual amount of offers. Now, most people teach you to just cold call right here and test the offers yourself. But the entire thing is like, when you're cold calling these clients, right, which is new model clients, right, you're wasting so much time cold calling that you're not doing more productive things, which is like making content, which is big. So if you have people that can cold call on a commission base, well, now we have commission-based cold callers cold calling for these guys that are then going to be booking meetings, which then we're going to close for $3K to $2K minimum, right? Not only are we doing that, we're going to be spending our time cold calling website clients, which are much easier to close, much quicker to close, and much easier to get, as these guys only need a website. It's really simple to build, and we can charge that to anyone. So from all of this, right, what is the plan for like scale? Because this is gonna theoretically allow us to scale quickly. So right now it's just me and my business partner. Really just me. I do the majority of the work. We're planning on turning that to us 2 plus around 3 other salespeople, right? So these guys are going to be sales, and probably like 10 service delivery people, right? So it would be like SD, service delivery, right? So you might be wondering, well, aren't your margins going to be fucking cooked because you have salespeople that you have to pay out, and then we have service delivery people that we also have to pay out? Yes, but how we're going to maintain this is we're going to give these guys majority of the money and give them a small % rev share to kind of motivate them to do better work. And then my business partner and I, we're not going to be profitable like us 2 until around $30,000 a month. Once we get to $30,000 a month, that's when we can comfortably afford to pay out these guys all on a monthly base and not a rev share and a strict monthly base. And then we can pay out these guys here, right, on kind of like a base salary plus commission to kind of keep them, more motivated. Now the whole trick of this, right, is what happens is you only add on these guys as you scale. So every meeting you get, let's say you close a meeting for $3,000, right, for 3K, and you have a guy overseas or a guy that can do the work for 2K, right? You can do this work for 2K. You then go and hire him with that 3K, keep that 1K profit, right? And with that 1K profit, you keep that in the business so that way you're able to stack up and hire more and more people, but also run ads, right? Now you're running ads and getting inbound. So now, let's say from that one service delivery guy that we get, right? Now it's just us, we have a service delivery guy. Now, what we can do is run ads, and we can close around, let's just say we close 10K in total revenue, right? We close 10K, right? Well, now with this 10K, we can go and get multiple people to do different things. Now here's the other thing that a lot of people lack on doing. White labeling your service in the initial part of the actual thing is good. If you already know what you're doing, right? If you already know how to do your service and you already know like what to fulfill, then this is the easiest part. If you don't know what to fulfill, then this becomes a bad part. But these are just internal employees that we have internally, right? We can go get another company that does the service. So we write comp. So a company that does the actual service and go and outsource whatever services we need to them, right? Which is then ultimately saving us money, because let's say instead of paying one person 2K a month to do a service, we can pay a company 2K a month to get a whole team to do a service for us, right? And our clients can be paying us 4K a month, and now we're saving money. We're saving 2K a month profit because we're not paying out single people to do it. We're paying an entire company to pay our clients, right? So that's the best thing. And of course, when we start to scale, we can go and bring this actual company's services in-house and start, doing it in the actual house. So I hope that kind of makes sense, is like scaling the employees as you grow, because most people don't have to do that, but I think that's actually how you scale much, much quicker. So then you might be wondering, well, Nick, if you're going to hire out the service delivery, and you're going to hire out the sales, and you're going to hire out all of that, what are you actually going to do? Well, the entire thing I have to do is I have to manage all these people. So my job is going to be operations / scaling / like growing / partnerships and expansion. Expand. So operations just pretty much means like I'm operating the agency, I'm making sure everything works, making sure everything is going together, making sure people are doing well, right? So that's one thing I'll be doing, right? Scaling is a little bit different. Scaling is I'm growing the agency, I'm scaling up the amount of clients we have, scaling up the amount of volume we do, and actually scaling up what we actually put into the agency. Growing is we're growing the company internally, growing the amount of employees, growing the amount of people, and actually growing the actual company outside of what we're already doing. Partnerships is a huge thing. We're getting partnerships with local companies that are not in our niche to then go and refer us to our niche clients. So that could be like if you're in the if you're in the mobile detailing niche, right? A lot of them get like vans or cars. They get those done that are wrapped. We'll go call up wrap shops and try to partner with them to go and refer you auto detailing clients and give them like a kickback of a couple $100 or like $300 per client or some shit like that. Give them a kickback or a percentage or whatever, and then they'll be motivated to go and refer you partners. And then from there, expansion. Expansion just means serving more than one location, serving more than one, country, which would be like the U.S. and then we expand to Canada. Pretty much simple as that, right? So that's kind of the initial plan of doing it. Now, processes. We have SOPs, we have KPIs, we know exactly what the agency needs. Now, the entire goal of that is just giving that out to the actual people. So making SOPs are super simple, contracts are super simple, everything like that is super simple, but you have to treat it like you're already scaled. So if you can treat it like you're already scaled, then you're going to scale. It's just like, the law of attraction, manifestation, right? Everyone always says, like, if you think you're a millionaire, you're going to be a millionaire, right? It's the same thing with this. If you think you're already scaled, you're going to scale. But yeah, that's pretty much kind of our exact plan to say. Alright, now we're about to hit a quick work session. I have my next call with another appointment setting company at 7. So we're gonna do some quick work. Before that, kind of just expanding on the idea a little bit, the new model, and kind of going through some processes and everything we need to kind of go with that. So yeah, I'm gonna play some music probably, and get some work done, build out some SOPs, some KPIs, some contracts, and then go from there. Alright guys, what is up? So, we're back. I know I filmed this intro a little bit ago and kind of did a little bit of work there, but I'll kind of let you guys know what kind of happened in the last couple days, as I didn't really pick up the phone or the camera that much. But yeah, currently we've hired a cold calling agency, a business. $7 an hour for 40 hours a week. They have really good reviews. They've only had 1 bad review, 2 bad reviews I think actually, and the rest are like 5 stars and 4 stars. So they say that they can book around 2 to 3 meetings per day on our calendar, which is something that is huge for us if that is actually true, which is exactly kind of like what we're looking for anyways. And then we hired 2 commission-based people. I have to send over the docs and everything to them tonight. Send over the contracts over to them tonight, get them in. And we have another guy that we're hiring, but we're not hiring him just yet. We're actually going to be waiting out a week to go and hire him, as that's kind of how long it's going to really take for us. But yeah, I mean, it's been today. We woke up, we made around $110. This is just 60 of it right here, 60 of it in cash. The other 50 of it was on Venmo. We woke up and shoveled to just make some quick cash. We're gonna go back and shovel again. It was just, there's a huge blizzard outside. I'll actually flip the camera after this and show you guys. But yeah, there's a huge blizzard outside. So yeah, we haven't really been doing, we did a lot of work today kind of just on calls, but we haven't done like a ton in the morning. But so far the agenda today is I gotta take this kickoff call. I'm working on I'm working on building a better onboarding process, a more seamless onboarding process. When we actually bring clients in, they can quickly go and get in. I think that's really important, along with the sales process, to have that like dialed in before you actually have the clients, because if these clients are coming on after paying us, don't know how well you guys can see outside, but as you guys can see, there's snow just everywhere outside. Yeah, there's already ice right here on the window. Like, look at this. That's my window. There's already just ice everywhere on the window. But yeah, that's kind of the blizzard that we're working with. But hey, that doesn't really matter, right? Because right now we're kind of just working a little bit more on like building out the docs, building out everything we need. And then once you have the docs and everything, we're gonna do it. But yeah, the work setup is looking pretty nice. We kind of added a little bit more to it than what you guys probably seen last time. So I'll quickly just show you guys. But yeah, the rest of the day goal is going to be ultimately to go finish up the work we need to do, finish up everything else kind of like within the agency, like so like the welcome docs, onboarding process, take the kickoff call, and then from there After that, we're gonna go do another round of shoveling for the 2 people because we need to actually go and get that done. As there's just more and more snow coming on. We didn't have school today. Today is a Monday. It's February 23rd. We didn't have school, but I'm thinking that tomorrow we are probably gonna have school maybe if this doesn't clear up. But if this doesn't clear up, then yeah, we won't have school. But I don't know if you guys can see, I've been kind of growing out the beard a little bit and the mustache. We're gonna shave this to go away pretty soon to look just more professional and better. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what's been happening.
Bitch, don't get too comfortable. Better not get too comfortable. Bitch, don't get too comfortable. Better not get too comfortable.
Yeah, so I'll give you guys a quick rundown of what I just did before my next call. So quickly what I did all the client facing docs. So the welcome packets, everything for like when they're actually internalized an actual client within. We built out the entire onboarding process based around that. We already had our sales process built out. And all I'm doing now after this is just adding more to the sales process to just make it overall better. But then from there, once you actually go and add everything to the sales process, it's going to become a lot stronger as we're going to be able to close more just because of the actual sales process, what we're showing these people, kind of what we're giving them, and kind of that also offers. What I did, I just did a risk reversal offer, and I added bonuses to it to kind of get the people that are a little bit skeptical, kind of push them over the edge. And then we're also building an objection handling playbook within the sales thing. That way we can work. The biggest thing too is like the money that we make from the agency, we're going to put back into getting like sales training, getting different things, getting more mentors, more everything that can kind of teach us everything that we need to know about this. And kind of almost sell this really easily for us and help us with this. That's kind of the whole goal of actually like getting the sales training, is to actually learn, hey, how do I close these? How do I get these objections? How do I get these? How do I get that? And actually go and make money. So we're trying out this new plan. I'm gonna kind of let you guys know how this plan goes, and I'm gonna let you guys know kind of like what I actually think about this and how this actually might fall all into place. And then from there, if that goes well and that's falling into place, it's doing really well for us, then this kind of be like a big thing that you guys will see. But yeah, I'm gonna kind of bring you on over the course of this, probably like next month. Really, I'm gonna be filming this. Probably gonna be a really long video, but it'll be over the course of this like next month. I'll be filming kind of this video. I might do like a week. So today is currently Monday. I started filming Friday, I think. Or Saturday maybe. But yeah, I might just do like a little bit of a week and kind of give you guys like a whole week. Give you guys like a performance update, what I've actually been seeing, what's been happening, and kind of like what's actually been going on. So then that way you guys can kind of see the exact step by step, and then I'll launch a video every single week. That's kind of like where it's at, where I'm planning on going with this now. As we kind of get into like the spring, I do play lacrosse. I'm a big lacrosse player. So that's going to be a little bit harder. We're going to have to kind of leave the agency to just my business partner, and hopefully we can be like scaled up a little bit by then to where we can actually have an operations manager. But yeah, we're going to kind of not be able to do as much work as we would want to. But hey, I mean, we still have enough time in the day, hopefully, if we get the work study and everything. Now that we have the work study, we'll have enough time in the day to kind of go and get all these things done, and kind of be able to, actually go about getting this work done and doing these things. So I mean, that's kind of the goal, for the agencies, to kind of be able to not take myself out of it, but kind of be less into the day-to-day, have the operations guy kind of around, and where I can kind of like manage everything I need to manage on the back end. But yeah, lacrosse season coming up, it's gonna be a pretty big time. So my goal is that within this next like kind of like March month, before lacrosse season officially like fully starts, like games and everything, it's a lot more ramped up. I'm hoping that within this next month I can get clients and closers in, and everyone I need to hire in to the door, kind of like a recruiter, everyone into the door. So then that way we can go and get appointments booked onto the calendar. And then not only get appointments booked on the calendar, but also get people to start closing them, not just like my business partner and I. Get a recruiter in to actually start hiring out more internal people that are actually going to fulfill the services more and more. And then get an operations person in to actually help us operate the entire business without us having to like worry about all of that. So that's kind of like the initial plan, and kind of the goal and the hope of doing all this really quickly, which is really risky. Hopefully it's going to work out, but it is also a risk. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of like where we're at with that. So today was a very, very good day. We didn't get really a lot of work done on the business, but we had a blizzard over the past 2 days, and I shoveled a lot of snow. I'm actually really exhausted now. I've been kind of relaxing the rest of the day. It's currently 7:53. I've been relaxing most of the day after I got home, but I shoveled a lot of snow, and we made $512 total in the last 2 days, right? So $512 all getting put back into the business, which is really, really good for us. And it's supposed to snow tomorrow too, so I'm hoping that maybe in the afternoon sometime after I have to go to school, that either I can go and get, people to pay me to go shovel or whatever. Just really looking to make some extra money, which is kind of the entire goal with that anyways. But yeah, that's kind of like where we are at with the entire kind of like just overall situation. You guys kind of been seeing this, really everything. It's Tuesday. We didn't have school today because of the snow, but you guys have kind of been seeing the last like 4 or 5 days what I've been doing, what I've been building. On the business, I'm going to do a business revenue counter. So on the business, we're currently at $0 in revenue. Capital, we're at $512 now that we can go add to the actual business account. But yeah, I mean, we've made a lot of money, so we're hoping, or not a lot, but a decent amount of money. So I'm hoping that the people that we hired for the actual like cold calling, appointment setting, hoping those people can pull through, book some meetings on the calendar, and we can go close some deals quickly. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go find a person, another kind of client like this, but go see if I can find a person for a website, a sales guy for a website, kind of like people, and find maybe some website leads. I'm going to go cold call tomorrow, as I think if we can get, maybe some website clients in too, still kind of get like the Metis Media name out there, still kind of get everything out there, but kind of be able to get some website clients, get some people to kind of like pay us for a website, which is really good. I mean, we charge $1,000 for a website, $500 to $1,000. So we could easily, let's say we close 2 clients, it's usually $1,000 to 2 bands, right, that we can make. So that's really like where we're at with that. And that's kind of how I'm going with this. Is I'm just gonna go try to find a ton of clients that don't have websites, and then go and find and just cold call until we're bound to get someone. And I think I'm just gonna try to make a great script tonight, and then tomorrow go and cold call to kind of just build up some more capital so we can hire some more people. I think the entire goal of it, right, is like the actual thing is, I kind of explained this briefly too on the whiteboard, but a lot of people tell you to kind of test offers by yourself and test things by yourself. I think yes, that does work and that is true, but it takes so much time. I think if you're trying to speed run it and kind of like speed it up, like business, the thing with business, like you can't necessarily speed run it because you have no idea what's gonna happen next. But I think the entire goal is like we'll go and try to build as much capital as we can, so then that way we can just keep paying for people to kind of go and like cold call, and eventually it's gonna figure out like, okay, we keep making capital. Eventually we're gonna figure it out. Okay, oh, this actually works. This doesn't work. And that's kind of like the goal with all of that. I mean, I think tomorrow I'm just gonna sit down and cold call a ton of website people. I think that's just like a little bit easier to sell, rather than anything like that. It's a quick way to get some more cash in the door. Besides the $500 we have. We had like $300 in cash, and I don't even know how much in Venmo. I think it was like 50, 60, no. It's like $110 in Venmo, and probably like $400 in cash, so it was a lot of money. But yeah, kind of the thing with that, is what we're going to go over and everything. Yeah, I mean, we got to kind of go with, really everything we have so far and try to just make as much money as possible, and put as much money back into the business and try to get as many meetings. I'm going to try to kind of like a good, slideshow for when we actually book meetings. That way we kind of have that thing, and I'm going to kind of create an offer with some bonuses. So like the bonuses are supposed to include, like, you give them the initial offer, and then if they don't kind of like bite on that, or they need to think about it or something like that, we kind of give them the objection handling. And then from there, once you handle the objection, you give a bonus. Like, look, I understand that. So why don't we do this? I'm gonna throw in an extra little thing, and you kind of give them those bonuses, and it's already stuff that they would be getting, but you kind of just throw that in like more into there, and kind of just get them over, and then you pretty much once you get them in, you give like a limit of like 5 to 7 bonuses is what you want to make, and then once you get them in, if you give them like one bonus, you just give them all 5 other bonuses once they actually pay and get in, and kind of just add on some more things to kind of just increase their chances and increase the service and the customer service you actually give them. So yeah, that's where we kind of are with this. But yeah, you guys are going to kind of see this video probably either next week, so probably like March or like mid-March is when this video is going to come out. But yeah, I'm going to kind of film. I'm trying to film a lot more of the process of me actually getting rich. I'm trying to film like a lot more of the actual things I'm doing on a day-to-day. Like tomorrow, actually I have to go do this now too. I have to do my faith journal for the day, my business journal for the day, which we already kind of late. But yeah, I mean today was such a good day with kind of the revenue and everything. And then it was also kind of like a day that we kind of just needed to have of like, all right, we build some capital up to actually go forward paying these people. And then from there, because we have that capital, okay, now we're going in to actually trying to like make the money to make this work pretty much. It's kind of where we are with that. So yeah, I mean, I'll see you guys in kind of the next segment, which will probably be tomorrow afternoon, after school and everything, and then you guys can kind of see that. But yeah, I'm kind of going to show you, and hopefully I can take you guys on the process from me now all the way up until, you know, when I'm getting my dream car. So yeah. Alright. Alrighty. What's up, guys? So, I didn't film. I don't know when I last filmed. I didn't really film at all yesterday. Yesterday was Thursday, but today's Friday. It's 4:30 p.m. We're supposed to have a call, but yeah, the lady didn't show up to it. So pretty ass. We were supposed to. Let me get this out of the way. Actually, fuck, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, we were supposed to have a call, but the lady didn't show up. So yeah. Now I think what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna go through some Upwork messages, talk to this person today, and then kind of just figure out how I can make my cold caller a little bit more successful. And then also maybe do some website cold calling myself. Haven't decided yet. But yeah, we're just trying to build an actual empire. We're trying to get more meetings on the calendar. We're trying to get people to like do this. It's definitely hard. It's harder to do. I'm definitely gonna go cold call, because cold calling, like, once you, like, the reason I hired people, and I did kind of say this, like, hiring people is better too, but the reason I hired people is because I want to be able to test multiple different offers all at once. So like, I want to be able to cold call myself and test something, have my business partner cold call and test something, have me or have another guy cold call and test something, and then for another person go sell a different product, right? So like, our agency, right, can do a lot of different services, but if we just want to sell websites, which are like fast cash, easy to close, then that's gonna be a lot different than selling, you know, a full like Facebook ads like rebuild, which is a lot harder to do. And like, let's say we want to go and get an AI agency to come in and kind of like white label them almost, and be able to be like, look, we'll build you like AI automations too. Okay, that's way different than selling websites. So that's kind of where the goal is. I think I'm gonna go dial. It's 4:30 on a Friday, so that's the only problem is like, I don't know if it's smart to dial, because of like I don't know if it's smart to dial as of like, it's 4:30. A lot of people are going home. A lot of people are done working for the day, and I just don't think it'll be that smart to dial. But come Monday, I'm looking into dialing some more, maybe getting another person to dial, and yeah, that's kind of like what I'm looking for. So yeah, gonna reach out to a couple cold callers I have, and then from there we'll go about, you know, trying to figure out how we actually can make this thing more successful. And yeah, that's kind of the goal with all of this. But yeah, I'll kind of bring you guys through that process. I'll let you guys kind of know at the end of this week the progress, kind of what we got done, what we are hoping to do next week, and then hopefully week by week you guys can kind of see like the actual progress of us. Hey, we're closing clients, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're making revenue. This was kind of the first week of this actual like real lock-in plan at the end of February. I know it's crazy, but yeah, I mean, this is kind of where it's going to be going as like, you know, I think my ideal thing would be I'm going to cold call as much as I can for websites. We run 500 leads that are just Google Map script leads that need websites. So we're just going to cold call those people and hopefully be able to go and book some meetings with that and be able to go and build actual websites with that. But yeah, I mean, hopefully that works. And the ideal goal is like out of these 500, at least get like 5 to 10 people to, you know, book a meeting with and kind of do that. And, you know, it's not gonna be like we're gonna try to hit 100 calls per day, which I think is gonna be a lot harder. But I'm gonna try to see if I can find someone to kind of do that with me, so then that way I'm doing less. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of where I'm at, just looking to kind of spend money to make money, and also figure out how I can kind of scale this business quickly while I'm still in it, while I'm still working on this. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So yeah, I'll give you guys the progress update on Sunday, or no, tomorrow is Saturday, so I'll give you the progress update Saturday, what we do. Bring you through all day Saturday. Sunday we'll edit this video, and then we'll upload it for you guys. So yeah, this is kind of a new series, which is kind of just week 1 of scaling season. So from now till whenever we hit 10K a month, that will be season 1. So I really don't know how many episodes of this there's gonna be, but this is episode 1, and so you guys can kind of see the progress from there. And then the next season will be 10K to, I don't even know yet, maybe like 50K, and that will be one season. Then 50K to 100K, then 100K will stop, and we'll do like a new kind of like challenge, a new chapter, I should say, and go and try to maybe scale another business or add on more agencies, more things to the actual agency. But yeah, you guys, I'm gonna kind of bring you guys through like the monthly, everything that we do during the week. And it's not strictly just meant for this business, it's any money making activity that we have done this week. I actually do have to go over quickly with you guys my stock portfolio. So this is gonna be a lot of like this segment here. The video's been a lot of just sitting and talking, but hey, this segment's also gonna be a little bit of sitting and talking. That's what videos are. But yeah, we consolidated my stock portfolio, so I didn't really tell you guys about my stock portfolio before, but we had a lot of different stocks, and they were kind of all spread out. And I sat on those stocks for about a year, right? And I was making I made a ton of profit off all of them. And so we kind of like are going with a kind of a newer route where we have only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stocks right now, which is around, we have AMD, we have a Fidelity like 500 index fund, we just have the normal fund, Google, Nvidia, and PLTR, Palantir, right now. But I think what I'm going to go do is get some more war stocks, as I do think the country may be going to war pretty soon. But I'm going to get some more war stocks and some more tech stocks buying low right now, as tech is definitely going to go up again. Tech is like the biggest thing. It's 100% going to go up. It's just a matter of time. And then war, I think there's a war nearby. So I'm definitely going to go into kind of like war stocks, communication stocks, all those people. And see if we can make some money on that. But yeah, we kind of consolidated the portfolio a little bit to try to make it better. And overall just try to get, you know, more profit and double it. But yeah, that's kind of been, you know, so far this week of what we have actually done. And you guys can kind of see a little bit more of like the working session, and stuff like that. But yeah, let me know what type of videos you guys want to see me film throughout this and everything. And then yeah, kind of just let me know how that is and what you guys want to see, and I'll make them. But yeah, this is episode 1 of the new series, which hopefully we can make some quick episodes, a quick season. Maybe if we hit this, maybe if I hit the goal too quickly, we'll up it a little bit and keep the season alive. So like if I hit 10K or 20K too quick, maybe we up it to 20, 30K, right? As like the initial goal. So yeah, that's where we're at, and I'll kind of give you, like I said, week by week, bring you guys through the progress of everything. I will be getting into lacrosse pretty soon, so the week by week will be a lot like not less, but just a lot more of intensive work rather than like consistency work. Because I think like the whole problem is like we have like not as much intention or as intensive, but we have a lot more like consistency of going after every day, compared to with lacrosse season. It's gonna be a lot more intensive, trying to just go after it as every day for as little. It's a little bit amount of time, but as most work as we can get done in that amount of time. But yeah, we're gonna make some money. I have work tomorrow at 10 a.m. at the gym, which that job right there is just mainly meant for like us actually trying to make some other money on the side while doing this. But yeah, we're gonna try to get some website clients, and hopefully with that we'll be able to go and actually close some deals. And yeah, kind of where we're at with that. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Alright, so what's up guys? It's currently Sunday, so it's kind of been a whole week of what you guys have seen. Yeah, I mean, it's been a little bit of a productive week, also kind of a lazy week. But yeah, we're going to kind of get back in the swing of things again come Monday. Which, yeah, I mean, we have to pay a $280 bill, I think. I'm going to look at this. It's a 200, I don't know if it's 200 actually. Let's go look. I think it's a little less than 200 as of, let me go manage their contracts. I think it's a little less. Yeah, so it's about $224 is what I owe this week for 32 hours. So pretty good, right? $224 is what we owe. We're gonna up it to $12 an hour and get 2 cold callers to increase the chance, but yeah, pretty much. It was a productive week. We got cold callers in the door. We got some people in the door. Over the next couple of days, we were working on the business, trying to get like the cold callers to be more successful, get them with everything they need, work on my sales skills, work on everything, and ultimately just try to build up the business as much as we can really quick. And I think with that, that's going to allow us to kind of be able to go and start actually being like successful more and more every single day, which I think is ultimately the goal with this, is to be more and more successful come every single week. But like I said again, this is going to be kind of a new series, just every week scaling. You guys are going to see, even when I have lacrosse, when I don't have lacrosse, you guys are going to see me film as much as I can. So yeah, I mean, summers, everything, I'm going to be trying to film as much as I can. And the goal is a Mercedes GLE 63. If we can get a Mercedes GLE 63, then I can kind of think the challenge will be complete. But that's the goal. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of the last week. And so see you guys in the next one. And hopefully episode 2, we can kind of bring on maybe either a client or get way more meetings in the door. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, before I hit the outro, go over my schedule. Got a couple calls today. Got lacrosse practice today, but today's pretty much a free day. We got a call tomorrow. But yeah, the goal is hopefully we can go and just start booking these fucking meetings and closing these deals. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video.